I'm Dr. Felix Sophia. I'm going to present on the topic working capital management. So before moving on to the topic working capital management, let us see what is the term capital mean and why is it important in an organization. Every organization requires finance, and it requires finance in the form of two different capital. One is fixed capital and the other one is working capital. Fixed capital is a huge investment which is needed when an organization is being started up, and when an organization is coming into existence we require fixed capital, and working capital is required when you want to go through all the day-to-day routine. You require funds to meet the day-to-day requirements of the organization. So coming into the meaning of working capital management, so it refers to all those activities which are performed to meet the day-to-day requirements of an organization, and also we have to have all the resources which are essential for the existence of the organization. And concept of working capital management, we have two different concepts. The first one is gross working capital and the second one is net working capital. So the gross working capital and the net working capital includes the current assets and the current liabilities. The net working capital is the difference between the current assets and the current liabilities. And coming into the types of working capital, we have two different types. The first one is permanent or fixed working capital. So permanent working capital is having a fixed amount of working capital in the organization, and the next one is temporary working capital. According to the fluctuations, according to the requirements, we have a change in the working capital requirements. This is the operating cycle. Every organization has an operating cycle where you follow the regular routine. Cash is converted into raw materials. The raw materials are progressed and they are called as work in progress. They are put into manufacturing process, and after that we have converting to finished goods, and after the finished goods are being completed, so we go for sales, and after sales is over, it is again being converted into cash by means of the debtors. And the next one is advantages of adequate working capital. If you have adequate working capital in the organization, we have various advantages. It's like continuous production. We have solvency and goodwill. So goodwill is very important for the effective functioning of the organization. We can obtain loans on an easy basis. Cash discounts are possible, and regular payment for all the expenses can be made when we have adequate working capital. In case of crisis, the organization is able to face the crisis situation. And finally, there is high return on investments. Coming to the sources of working capital, so we have permanent working capital sources like issue of shares, debentures, public deposits, plowing back of profits which are being kept by the organization, and finally loans from financial institutions. And temporary working capital can be obtained by means of internal sources like depreciation fund, provision for taxation and accrued expenses. The external sources of working capital are trade credit, commercial papers, bank credit, advances and loans from directors. The approaches for determining working capital financing mix is hedging approach and the matching approach, the conservative approach and aggressive approach. So finally, when you take the case of working capital, we have to maintain an optimal source of working capital in order to ensure the smooth functioning of the organization. Thank you.